All right. In this little video, we're going to talk about what makes a woman valuable to a man. What do we value in a woman, at least to marry? Okay. I mentioned before that men we don't value a woman that's already made it. Okay, we don't cherish that. It's not like we won't date you or we don't like you or we wouldn't talk to you. It's just more like it's not attractive. It's like it's not a heart pumping drive to be like, oh yeah, she's making money, she's doing her own thing, she got her own car, she got her own crib, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna marry her. Like, that's not the urge we have when you already have it. I mean, just point blank, period, right off the top. The reason for it is because your money is your money. At any given chance, you can walk away. You have it all. You've done it. You've did it. And you can continue to do it on your own. You don't need me. Men need to feel needed besides even being wanted. We need to feel needed before we'll stick around, which means locking you down in a marriage. A lot of women don't see that and they think like, well, no, we can build an empire together. If I'm making money and you're making money, we come together, bring that money together, and we can go only up from there. That's a partnership. That's a partnership, and that's perfectly fine. That's great. That's okay. Every man can want to be a partner with someone who's making money. Like, I mean, that's how you make your connections, right? That's how you make your links. We can both be business partners. We can both invest in things. You got your money, I got your money. But at the end of the day, your time is on your work. Your time's not helping me helping me get organized and keeping me and maintaining me and loving me. Your focus is on your work. And with that said, it's a partnership. I'm not going to have you the way I need you, and if you're going to need me. So it's not to not y'all women who've already made it, who've already done it, to say, oh no, ain't no man gonna talk to you. No, of course there's a lot of men that's gonna talk to shit. There's a lot of bum dudes who wouldn't mind just sitting at home cooking and cleaning after you while you go make the money, and they can sit home, play video games, watch Netflix, and chill. Like, straight up, they wouldn't mind that. But at the end of the day, it's gonna make you unattractive, and that's why a lot of women set their standards. They say, if I'm making this much, my man gotta make more than me. He has to be up here. Then that right there goes to show you that that's exactly why you're not going to get the attraction level for the man you want. Because, see, the thing is, that man up there, his value in a woman is not you. And it's not to knock you off your horse and be like, oh yeah, no, you're you're disgusting, you're unattractive. It's, oh, I can't believe you're making money. No, it's just more like, if a man gets to a point where he's making six figures, this is six figures, what, that's what lawyer salary, a doctor salary, architect, engineer, a pilot, if they're making six figures, that means they busted their butt, they worked hard, they got to a point where now they're really protective over that success and that money and that fortune, that hard work, that blood, sweat, and tears. They're protective over it, and they can only bring in a valuable woman to secure that, what they have. They can't trust it and rely on what I'm bringing and she's bringing. If we split, she didn't make more than what I was making, but she's going to get half, but she's already making money. No, it's not going to be healthy. And then on top of that, you are going to find him unattractive. If you're making money and you try to steep down lower to help someone up, you're going to be like, man, he's not even working hard. He's not doing what I'm doing. Like, I don't know, it just feels off. Like, you fell out. It's not going to be because you fell out. It's going to be because that attraction of you finding a man that's really going to provide and take care of you when you're down and out, when you're sick. You ain't going to have that security because you're going to be reliant on your own money and not on the person who's just sitting in your crib that you bought. You paying for it. You buying him all the shoes and the Jordans and the gay video games, and he's just kicking it at your crib. You thinking you're helping him build up, when in reality he doesn't even want to go nowhere. He's okay. He's set right there. So it's gonna be unattractive. They have this saying. A king can make a peasant a queen, but a queen doesn't even look a peasant way. A queen's not gonna look at a peasant and be like, oh, that's a fine young lad. He's gonna be a good knight. Let him come and sit in my court, and I'm gonna make him a king so he can king and rule by my side. Like, no. But a king for sure can look at a peasant way like, oh, she's beautiful, she's untouched, no one's touched her, bring her into my court. All right, cool. Get her fine gowns, get her, and make her a queen. That right there is not even just a saying, it's a feeling. You can feel it. Like, you're not going to stoop down and help somebody that's down and out, that's a guy. You're still your Prince Charming, even though you've already made it to a level that it's like Prince Charming. is succeeded that, but now he wants someone that's valuable. So we want to break that down and talk about what makes a woman valuable, and this is what we hold more than your money, your car, and your success and your independence. Like that doesn't move us. Okay, it's not attractive to us. We can be friends. We can be a partnership. Your money and my money together, cool. But I'm not even gonna have the time of day when you're focused on your own work and you getting your own money. You're not gonna be able to take care of me. I said this before, or if I haven't said it, if you think of it this way, if you working and I'm working, who's taking care of the kids? You can say, oh well, we can pay for a tutor, or we send them to private school. Okay, so they don't have our influences, our mindsets, our teachings. They don't have anything from us, but we sent them off. Okay, even throughout childhood, we would get a nurse, and, the caretaker. Okay, who's cooking the food? Oh well, we got money. We can buy a chef. Or we can order in, buy food like that, or take out, whatever. And it's like, oh, okay, so we know home cooked meals, no healthy meals, all right. Okay, who's cleaning the house? Oh, we get it made. Okay, so we're not really in a marriage. We're in a partnership. Because I can do those same things with a partner on a business. Like, hey, we got somebody to take care of the kids. Hey, we got somebody to get our food. We'll order in. All right, well, let's go out to go get dinner. That means we don't need you. That's how men see it. We don't see it like we wouldn't want you, but we really don't need you. And you don't need us. So there's no quality, there's no reason for us to be with a person like you. Now, if we're not to a standard of that six figures, what you're still aiming for to get to that guy, you're not going to stoop down and get that guy down below, because he's going to be eating off your money. You're going to be buying him stuff, taking care of him, and you can only do it for so long. I promise you, women will always say they can only do it for so long, which means you're going to fall out. Especially if he's not even taking that chance to use that and get himself up. You can only do it for so long, and you're going to give up on him, walk out on him, or kick him out. And then story said, like, it is what it is, right? So when we talk about value with the woman, it's these three things: purity, youth, and beauty, right? Now, with the whole beauty concept, we'll break it down and I'll talk more about it, but I'm going to just say health, right? But we'll put beauty and health in one. We just say beauty. So purity, youth, and beauty. First things first, purity. Why is purity valuable to a man? A lot of women want to argue this constantly and make it seem like it's the end of the world because a man sees purity as valuable and precious, and he'll cherish that over a woman that has an experience, a past, right? Women will be like, wow, you don't want a woman that's mature and experienced. And I mean, right off the bat, you say it like that, your woman's been around to have experience. She needed to go to different men before she can know what she's doing. And I need to have that type of woman right off the bat. She needs to have experience for me to be able to cherish that. Yeah, I cherish your experience because you've been around. But we'll break it down. So purity, right? The pureness of a woman, I'll say it like this. A lot of women like to claim and brag like, oh yeah, I freaked that man. Yeah, I freaked him. How many people have said, yeah, I let that man stab me. I stabbed into him. Yeah, I stabbed into him. He didn't stab me, I stabbed into him. The reason why I'm saying it like that is, think of this little area right here for a man as a dagger. We are doing the stabbing. We are the ones penetrating you. You're not doing the stabbing. I don't care how much you're throwing that back and you working into him. You're not doing it. We are the ones doing the thrusting. We are the ones putting you in the many different positions that y'all gonna be in. If we're not putting your ankles to your head, knees to the bed, we got you lifted up, we're here. We are doing all the manipulations and movements. On top of that, we are the ones penetrating. We're getting in your insides. So when it comes to purity, the pureness of any or every man having you, that's just more like, what do we have to cherish from that? Why is it experienced to you when it's like you've let every or any man have that and do that to you, but the one man you're going to want to marry and cherish and call your king, you're going to give him that that would just be real blunt. This is no filter in day. That sloppy second and be like, oh yeah, it's gold. Here you go, it's yours. Nobody else can have it, but everybody already did. The pureness of it. The thing about purity, especially when it comes to women, is the fact that women take on every man's energy, whether they understand it or not, whether they believe in it or not. There's a reason why men get tired after doing it. A majority of men, we get drained, right? You either want to eat, like, oh, I need a sandwich. You got some juice? You got some juice in the crib? Shit, take some of the kids' juice box in the fridge. Oops. But nah, we're drained. We're tired. We want to crash after it. You've took our energy. You took our aura. It's a party now. And some of y'all, if y'all just on birth control, some of y'all taking DNA. That means y'all sponges. Y'all soaked in every man you've been with. This is almost like, to me, maybe my opinion, but this is the reason why some of y'all kids don't even look like y'all. Y'all have taken so much man's DNA that you can't even, excuse me, you can't even tell if the kid looks like the mother or the father. You're like, I mean, he has a mother's nose. I mean, he got the father's eyes, I guess. I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, hair, I mean, maybe from grandpa. Like, no, that's not from grandpa. That's from every other man she done had. One of them has to have that hair because he doesn't. Y'all know some of the reasons why y'all kids come out smart and you're like, he didn't get it from me. He didn't get it from his dad. He's just genius. He was just born like that. Yeah, sure. He didn't come from another guy's DNA that was sponged up. The DNA he done took, it just seeped in and went into that kid. I promise you. Has nothing to do with passing a generation down. I know. It's some of that DNA that's been left that you done soaked in. Then on top of the whole pureness, look, you wanna know what guys talk about in the locker room? Some of the same things men have done to y'all in the bedroom. Like Dave Chappelle joked around with it. He was like, oh yeah, don't talk to a white man about politics. But I promise you, he'll tell you about what he's doing with his wife in that bedroom. And let me tell you, Chad, Kyle, Matt, they all coming in the locker room and sharing all the dirty details about Mimi. We all know Mimi. Shit, Mimi, oh, yeah, you know what Mimi did? You know what I did to Mimi? Yo, Mimi's a freak. Like, they will share every little dirty detail about Mimi. Share it to the point that everybody want a piece of Mimi now. Not to marry her, though. But everybody's like, oh, Mimi, when you done with that? You done with it on Sunday? All right, say less. I'll scoop it up on Tuesday. Like, we not trying to lock that down, but hell yeah, we want to mess around with it. But with that being said, the things that are being done that we know as a guy, what we're doing to women, we know it's being done to you. Okay? The pureness of it is that you've been tampered with, you've been toyed with, you've been played with. So to hold the pureness or purity to value, it's like, I mean, nowadays, yes, we can accept a few your past because you know it. Hey, it's the new world, I guess. You know, everybody's been out here to a point where you can't find a virgin. It's very rare, but we still hold that valuable to a point where your body count can't just be so far gone where it's like, damn, did you even try to bond with somebody to make a connection, or were you really out here passing yourself off? Like that pureness. Once again, the pureness of it. Men, we have just one option of coochie, right? One option. We can call it yoni. We'll call it yoni. That yoni you got. We got one option of yoni. Yes, there are different varieties of aesthetically appealing ones, right? They got the way how they look is the only difference. Other than that, they're all the same, right? Tight, wet, hot. Once you got those three things, it's all the same. Compared to men, we got different sizes, girths, widths, looks. One curves to the left, one curves to the right, one curves over the sack. Shit, some come with a sack, some don't have a sack. Some sacks are bigger, some sacks are smaller. You got the helmet head that looks like a soldier helmet. Then you got the mealworm turtleneck looking thing. There's different colors. Like the list goes. It's like Pokemon out here. There's so many of them. Okay, there's not one same one. But with y'all, okay, there's not same one that looks the same, but they're all the same. Okay, the pureness of it is that you can literally be stretched with the girth on one guy, and then another guy he can just go in deep And another guy could do both, deep and stretching me out. But you're telling me that, oh yeah, no, you're just insecure. Okay, if you want to add that to the argument for those who are insecure, which is not a problem to be insecure, why would you not be insecure about that type of mindset? You could have 10 guys, for example, 10 guys. One of them guys had a different one compared to the rest of the other nine, and I guarantee you probably did it 50 times with this one guy. So imagine with the other nine different types you had, one could have maybe did it 200 times, others 150, 175 times, and you did it multiple times, even if it was 10 guys. But you're telling me a guy shouldn't even think about, like, am I really going to please her? This is the reason why a lot of guys even, unfortunately, ask women in the bed, like, was I good? Was I good enough? Like, am I big? You think I'm big? Like, right off the bat, let me just tell you, ladies, just lie. Lie to your man at this point. Because y'all so far with body counts that it's more like, just lie to the man. This is coming from a man to telling y'all, lie to him. Tell him, oh yeah, you the biggest. And be sincere about that shit as best you can when you lying. Be like, y'all, nah, you the biggest. Like, it's not because I even watch Nende's little show and I'm telling you because he said it. Like, nah, like, seriously. Like, I didn't even know I could even, oh, like, dang, dude. Like, let me get a break. Like, let me breathe, okay? Like, dang, wow, you out here. Really hype his shit up. Build his ego up. Because I promise y'all women aren't going to be satisfied if you find the right one with the money, the car, the career, and everything, but he's not filling you up in the proper way that to sexually please you. I've seen it and I've heard it by one female for sure who stated, she said she found a man that was tall, dark, and handsome. He was making six figures, had his own crib, had his own car. Like, this dude was the best, the sweetest gentleman ever. Like, she was hyping this dude up on the level. I'm like, dang. But what happened? And then she gonna say, yeah, but his dick game was off. He didn't have a big one. And I'm like, you telling me you had everything in the man, but because his dick game was off, you didn't stay with him? That right there, my friends, is why purity comes into play. Because I promise you, you could go and look back at your first lover, the one who took your virginity, and you'll always remember that person. Why? Because of that bond. That pair bonding you were doing with that person, it lasts forever. Everyone remembers their first, whether good or bad. Everyone remembers their first. That should tell you, if everybody's been saying that, yeah, no, I remember my first, no, I remember my first, that should tell you that it's really a strong bond that you do with your first, regardless if it's good or bad. You go to the person who was your first, I promise you, back in that mindset, you didn't want anybody else but your first. You can call it gullible, you can call it puppy love, I promise you. You didn't want nobody else. That person who took it, that's the only person that gets it. That's the only person to give it to. Unless you didn't have a choice, they left you, you're brokenhearted, you probably even stayed away from any of it until months, weeks, years passed, and you're like, I guess they really moved on, so I can move on. But I guarantee you didn't give it to nobody else. You wanted to just give it to that one person. You didn't think about no other dick. Period. I promise you. So now with that mindset, the purity is valuable because now, if you think about it, the one, everybody has that one good dick they don't have. All right, let's just be blunt. Let's just be real. Everybody remember that, at least the females. Every female remembers that one good dick they had to a point where they'll compare all the others to it. Once again, pureness is valuable. I mean, okay, guys, with guys, it's like the head game. Like, every guy remember the best head he got. He's like, yo, yeah, there's no competition on that one. Yeah, she was the headmaster. Yep. Like, she was too damn good at it. Like, bro, I didn't have to tell her what to do. She just knew it. Like, if I was a Jedi and she was the Jedi Master, I wouldn't mind sitting on the council like Anakin and not Master. I wouldn't gain the rank of Master, but I wouldn't mind sitting on the council. I'll sit there and I'll be like, all right, Obi-Wan, teach me. Like, I just gotta listen to you. I ain't gonna argue because you the headmaster, man. Like, I'm not even saying it like in the gay way. I know all my gay friends like, yay, Obi-Wan, headmaster, oh yeah. Nah, but I mean, like, what I'm trying to get at is that you remembering your first is that bond you done built, you done made, you done connected, and there's nobody comparing to that person. You can hear about it, you can see many different dicks. You wouldn't even care. You got that one dick at home, and that was it. That was your first. You didn't mind about any of them else. But once you open Pandora's box, literally, and you done touched this guy, and that guy. Here's Mandingo. Here's Rico Suave. Here's Mr. Mizzou. Like you got like done everybody. Now you're really comparing them, and then on top of that, now your list is getting a little bit more detailed because at first it was I just want a guy to love me and be sweet and kind. Oh, now he needs to have money. Oh, but that dick ain't not his dick can't be small. Oh, nah, but he need a car. Now your list is getting so extreme. You're fantasizing about this magical unicorn of a guy that you're not even giving the one who's just in your vicinity a chance. So purity is huge. It's huge. It's even going to be in the back of your head thinking about, dang, even if you got the best guy, you're going to be like, man, but his dick's not pleasing me. It's like, I don't know. It's not it, though. It's not it. And it's all because, why? You done dabbled and dipped into all the other dicks you done had. You know? And unfortunately for this guy, when you talk about insecurity, I want you to think about it this way, right? When we want to know your body count, if my finger, right? Yeah, let's do it this way. If my finger right here, see these lines? See how they're closed up when I clench my fist? Now, if one big finger can go between this hand right here and open this up, right? See how I opened it up? Now the lines have been opened up, like the creases in there have been touched. Yeah, I don't care about y'all saying, oh, it goes back, it snaps back. Yeah, bullshit. You see how it's been touched once? Now I put the pinky in there, now it's not being touched. Yeah, the memory of this big one going there and touching the walls that weren't touched before, this pinky's not going to fulfill that. So y'all can tell me about how, oh yeah, it snaps back and all that shit. No, there's memory pleasure, right? You felt that, you know it is, now it's like ghost dick now. Now you're like, dang. I mean, it's just not hitting it right. Yeah, because there is no such thing as snapping back. Like, oh, that's the one thing that gets to me. I don't care how many Kegels you have done, it does not just snap back. How many times you stretch a rubber band to a point where you start seeing it loose, right? And you can't use the rubber band no more, you gotta toss it out. Okay, well then purity is a thing for us. Okay? Or at least something close to that is gonna be a little bit more beneficial. You know? Y'all be talking about some, okay, well, what if she's just more wet, more, juicified, whatever, right? Okay, that's what makes her loose. That was the reason for it, right? She's more wet, so because of that, it makes it, loose because she's, more turned on or aroused, is how they would say it, right? But have you ever been down a wrinkled slip and slide? Do you ever want to go down a wrinkly slip and slide? Like that's point blank what I'm trying to get at. Like I said, us guys, we got tight, wet, and hot, right? If we stretch that slip and slide and put water on that mug, we should be able to slide down that mug until our head busts and hit a tree. That's how much tight and wet matters, to a point where we ain't using that excuse of, oh yeah, she's wet. If your wall's been stretched open, you've been touched in a manner that the guy you with may not be able to touch that. So yes, it is a valuable thing that's on the back of our mind, like your purity. Like, how far are you going? Like, do I even have a chance? Before I say competition, do I have a chance? Okay, so like I say, go ahead, lie to your man and tell him, like, nah, you big dick slanging out here, bro. Like, I don't even know I don't know where you been all my life, man. I finally found you. Lie to his ass, boost his ego, let him go to work happy to motherfucker to bring that bread back and spend it on your hair and nails and whatnot. But purity, I'm telling you, like women, once again, y'all not doing the stabbing, we're doing the stabbing. So stop saying you the one freaked that man. Oh yeah, I freaked him. Like, no, you didn't. He freaked you. And then after that, he done shared it with the block. We know about you. And if we're gonna value a woman, I don't want a man knowing about my woman. I don't want him knowing, like, oh yeah, nah, I had her every which way. He don't even gotta say it, just the look in his eyes. Oh yeah, all right, cool. That right there, I know, like, damn, he done had you every which way, bro. He'll be respectful in a way not to just say it and be blunt with it, like, out there, but him even trying to keep it back, like, hey, oh yeah, nah, we been cool, we cool. Yep, he had you. Moving on from purity, if I need to come back to that, I will. Because that's a whole heavy topic. Purity, and now we're going to youth. Now, youth, here's the thing about youth. Because a lot of women want to be like, oh, he's going to just go for something younger. I'm scared he's going to go for something younger, this and that and that and this. It's not the case. And the reason why it's not the case is because I've seen a lot of older men who tend to be a lot of men's heroes. When we see that 60-year-old man, that 70-year-old man dating some 20-year-old something or some 18-year-old something, we're like, damn, how he done pull that? Like, sugar daddy or for real? Like, what? This dude is pulling. Nah, he's our hero because he's the type of man that all of us, because we're not getting any, or as much as we should be getting, we aspire to be. To be that man that work hard, get to a point in our life that we can finally enjoy what we couldn't have before. It's almost what I want to say anybody's kind of dream or fantasy. The things I couldn't have when I was a kid, like when you was a kid, you used to be like, oh, wait till I get my own place, or wait till I run away, wait till I get my own car, I'll be able to go everywhere. You always dreamed about what you didn't have at the time. When you get it, what you'll be able to do with it. That's how us guys are kind of imagining that mindset when we see that older guy with the younger girl. It's like, look, all the younger girls done rejected us. They didn't give us a chance. They played us. They broke our hearts. And then we work hard. We bust our butts. They're still not giving us any on that journey to being successful. Then we finally make it, and all of a sudden they throwing themselves at us like, oh, I used to have a crush on you. Like, oh, it used to be my thing. And then it's like, yeah, okay. But with that mindset said, it goes right back into women, y'all being already in the buffet with y'all beauty and purity and youth at the beginning, and y'all do whatever y'all want to do with it. Y'all don't want to settle. Y'all don't want to commit to a relationship. Y'all don't want to be in a relationship. Y'all want to sleep around, mess around, do whatever y'all want to do. Hot girl summer and girls trip. Y'all want to do all of that, right? And it's no shame. We're not going to hate on it, right? We do fight for you to be with us. Like, no, commit to me. Let me, because I'm going to get there. Then we can do that shit together. Like, or we can do that shit now, but be with me. Y'all don't give that no head, no tail, right? But y'all wait until we make it after y'all done pass yourself up and then think like, oh yeah, no, he's supposed to be ready to settle down now. I mean, you don't think he's done? Like, no, just because you got it with whoever you wanted to do, because you got to choose who you got to sleep with. They say women choose who they get to sleep with, men choose who they get to marry. It's in the same reason, it's in the same mindset of how women settle, because they don't get to settle with the man they actually want. That man is not settling because he's actually chose you to be his wife. He didn't settle because we get to choose who we marry, but you settle because you didn't want him. And it's the same thing vice versa when we're on the downside of it, where it's like you get to choose who we get to you sleep with, but we kind of just got to get who we can get. So it just flips flop as time goes by. Now, if you find that middle man and you keep your purity and youth and your beauty, and you find a man you can actually build with him, when he gets to that point, you're going to admire him because you're going to see his success, his wealth, and he's going to be attractive. All the girls going to want him just like what you want, because I guess all girls want the man that's already taken, right? Well, guess what? All the girls are going to want your man, but you're going to have him because you helped him build to that point, and now you get to admire that and look at him like, wow, I got the best damn thing. Y'all girls ain't tripping. I do everything for my man. Like, no, like, he loyal to me and only me. That's that mindset. That's how you get that. From starting and investing in your future at your younger age when guys are fighting for you and pursuing you and telling you, come be with me. Let's work together. Let's do this as a team. Go for that guy. You don't do it. So your youth is valuable. Now, continuing on with youth. Youth goes with more value to a point where, okay, like I said, we're kind of making up for the things that we don't lost, we didn't get a chance with. Not only that, but with youth comes that submissive, comes that cooperative, comes that loving, caring type of sweet nature. Because with youth, it's like a kid, right? With a kid, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know where they're going. Mom and dad will tell them, no, do this, do that. They listen, right? So with youth, they're now more moldable. They can mold the way we want them to on our program. That means no arguing. They're not argumentative. It's, hey, baby girl, hey, we should save this for our vacation time. Or, hey, baby girl, don't wear that because, these guys out here, they too frisky. Like, I don't want nobody messing with you, all right? Or, hey, baby girl, you freaking, you should work here. It's a good job, good fit for you. Okay, dad. Okay, babe. Or not dad, but okay, daddy. Okay, babe. Say some little cute shit back. They're not gonna fight. Whereas mature, on that mindset, you've already grown and developed your own mindset, your own skills, your own ways of thoughts. You're in your set way to a point where there's always going to be conflict. You're going to view something one way, and the man who's supposed to be the head of the household, the leader, you're going to go against him. He can say, babe, let's go this way. Nah, we shouldn't do that. We should go this way. Like, this is the one we should be doing. Like, nah, but babe, I got this. Like we're going this way for a reason. You'd be like, nah, just, then you do that way, and I'm going to do this way. That's mature, right? That's the woman we should want. Like, no. A man's program, real quick, is like A general giving orders to the colonel, right? We're gonna go down the chain of command. And I'm gonna skip a few just to kind of make it simple, right? So a general gives commands to the colonel, right? General says, all right, look, this is the outline of the plan, but I need your men to attack this city, okay? The colonel takes that information and he passes it down. He says, okay, man, we need to attack this city. We need to take it. We need to win by all means. We need this city. Now, the general's not going to tell in detail his colonel why he's taking that city for the whole master plan. His head already knows what he wants to do with it, but he can't go into detail until they take that city. Because already with his head, he's like, okay, if we don't take that city, he has a backup. Okay, if that don't work, then he has to have contingency. If that don't work, he needs to make sure he gets this, he gets that, and all organized. But for now, he just said to the colonel, I need you to take that city. That's like, man, we just need you to do what we're telling you to do it right there and then, because we know the bigger plan scheme that we have going. Just do what we say. Don't argue. Don't say nothing. Don't debate it. We know what's going on. You don't need to know anything besides what we tell you in the point of just take that city. Seriously. And with youth comes that, okay, that submissive of, all right, I'll do it. Okay. Oh, now when you ask, oh, I need help for school. Yeah, I got you. Here's a school for you. You want to go get yourself something, your nails done. Go get your hair done. You don't need to go out. You've been studying too long. Go get a vacation. That's when sugar daddies really just spending and unload. You just listen, because they listen. Women don't listen to men when it's on that equal platform. They think they gotta know it, and he gotta know he don't know it, and they gonna keep fighting. That's where youth comes in. And then with youth comes fruitful and fertile. Okay? Fruitful and fertile. And the reason why both of them are in the same boat with youth is because when you're fruitful, you have many fruit, many eggs inside you to legitimately have kids. Every man wants to be blessed with kids. That's the greatest gift you can give a man is kids. Like every man has a little fantasy of his little unit, his little platoon, his little squadron, his little battalion, his little flight crew. Where's my special victims unit? Where we at? Where's my medical team? We got him, all right, we all here. Every man wants that. So when you're fruitful in your younger years, you have a lot of eggs, whereas as you're aging, your eggs slowly start to dwindle off, slowly start to lose eggs, so you're not going to have as much kids. And then on top of that, not only being fruitful, but fertile, to a point where you seen them young ass girls who been 16 and got knocked up, they got TV show 16 and pregnant. You seen how fertile they get, like even pre-cum, where it's like, oh, I'm so turned on, but it's like I did nut, but a little bit's dripping out, and it's like, boop, they're pregnant. Fertile. Meaning we don't have to be trying multiple times. We don't need to go to the doctor. We got to figure out your cycle. Like, oh, we need to try it on these Tuesdays and Wednesdays at noon and 3. And then get so complicated. It's like, as soon as I'm in, bro, we not even playing. We know we got, yup, you felt it. I felt the spark. It's going to be a boy. I feel it. It's going to be a boy. All right, it's a girl. It's a baby girl. I know it. I got it. I got this baby girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, fertile, fruitful, all that comes with youth. Then that submissive, that listening, that molding to my program, like you being on my program is like, I don't even have to say 2 words. I can just look a certain way and you know exactly how I feel. I could be like, and you know like, oh shit, that shit was funny too. And you start looking at me, we spark it together like, and we about to laugh, but we got that connection. Or you seem like, and you like, you know what, thanks for inviting us, but we gotta go. I got some work to do. Knowing damn well I'm just pissed and I'm about to fight when I shouldn't be fighting right now and starting any type of shit. So you're actually de-escalating the situation and actually pulling me away from it because you're reading my body language. You're on my program. You're not sitting there like, okay, why are you mad? Why are you looking like that? Oh, you're always mad when you coming out and just feel like, you're not on my program. You're not on my program. And now I gotta sit there and be like, all right, yeah, I'm out. I'm going, yeah, you can go. I'm gonna stay here with the friends. You're not on my program. It's too much conflict. That's why youth is so important. And then the purity thing of you not being touched comes hand in hand. So let's wrap this thing up real quick when it comes to beauty. Now, beauty, I've already said that, man, we're not attractive. Our deep down urge is not the base of attraction. It's just a bonus. It's a bonus. And with beauty, it comes health. It means that you're taking care of yourself. You're staying fit. You're eating right. You got a healthy lifestyle with beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be gotta be the hottest damn thing, a top 10 model. But beauty comes with, oh, she always dressed nice. She always smells good. She's always taking care of herself. You're not funky. You're not stink. You don't got no musk. Your breath don't stink. Your hair's almost like always done. You know, it's not just you just looking ratchet out here, and it's just like you're just a hot mess, and you're just doing whatever you want to do. It's like you actually have a composure to yourself that is beautiful. That's when we say beauty. Because like I said before, we're not attracted to beauty to a point where it's the number one thing. I mean, everybody's attracted to beauty. Yes, that's true. And that's why it's even on the list. That yes, beauty is on the list. But that type of beauty doesn't come from, oh, she gotta have titties and ass. She gotta be, oh, it's super hot 10 top model. And even if they're fake, I don't care. She looks good with them on. Like, no. The beauty comes from it. Like, man, she's so sweet. Take care of herself. She dressed nice. She smells good. She's elegant. She's not wild. She's very sweet, tender, and she's very healthy and fit. That whole is not. They like to shame men and be like, oh, he's body shaming me, but at the same time, tell a man that okay, he needs to be tall, or he needs to have a 6 pack, or okay, some women like the beard belly fair, okay, but either way, at the end of the day, it's still body shaming. So even if we're gonna talk about weight in this one, we're gonna throw it in there. Weight is not really a problem when it comes to the mindset a man have, because like I said before in another video, I said that you can see a skinny man with a fat chick, and it's not because of her, how she looks like. It's honestly because of how she's treating them. Okay, it really is honestly because of how she's treating them. She's not buying him shit, doing him right, telling him good things. He's sticking around because she's doing something right as a woman. Highlight on that keyword, woman. She's being her woman. And so with that said, health when it comes to fatness, right? We're not going to knock the obese. We're not going to knock people it's hereditary, who can't help it. When we're talking about fat, we're talking about people who actually can help it by either changing the diet, by either going to the gym and staying fit, or just getting the energy to move around. When you see fat, or when you think fat, you're thinking low energy, right? So it's not to say even about the body being fat, it's about what comes with the fatness. If it's not the unhealthiness, it's the low energy. So when we're looking at fat, we're not talking about the obese it's hereditary. You have nothing to do to help that. I mean, the only advice I could give and I could say is pray, find Jesus, because somebody done got a root on you. They don't put witchcraft or voodoo, or they got something on you to be making you like that. And because I know in heaven ain't nobody fat. In fact, the day you die, you go to heaven, you're not going to see yourself fat. You're going to look at yourself like, why am I in my prime right now? Like, I'm supposed to be like this. Yeah, there's nobody old, there's nobody fat, nobody sickly in heaven. Everybody's like healthy, fit, in their prime, looking good. Everybody's beautiful in heaven to a point where God didn't make you like that on this earth. Like I said, somebody got a root on you, voodoo, witchcraft, whatever. You need to pray, get some holy oil, some holy water. You need to figure that out. You need some help and guidance. Start going to your nearest church. I'm talking about them soulful churches that will sometimes lay hands with you, pray with you, sit with you, read scriptures, and help you go along that spiritual path to help you cleanse what needs to be blocked off so you can start gaining or losing that weight off. Because sometimes it's just fasting. Sometimes you need to fast. Fast for like 12 hours out of the day, and then for the other 12, don't snack. Just eat one meal and just be drinking water and do something on that program. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked off. What I was talking about with this fatness is more like I said, that low energy. Like, well, I want you, the next time a man's ask you, watch an action flick with him. Whether you don't like action films and you're like, oh, that's just his thing, I just do it with him. Actually get into the action flick and watch them freaking females in that film. Some of them females are almost riding side by side with that man. They're not as tough as him, but they could throw down. You seen Fast and Furious? Mission Impossible? Like, some of these females some of them don't even have to get down. Some of them are just like the feminine woman, but at least could run a good little block. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of them could at least throw a little good punch. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, if need be, had to carry them over our backs. We not gonna be like, I think I'm just have to leave her ass there, bro. Like I can't handle it. We gotta get out of here, bro. Shit, we'll come back for her later. Like some of them, it's like, no, we got her. Fireman, carry her out of there. All right, we got her. Shit, I can carry her like this. All right, got her. Oh, we're good. We out of there. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a high energy, with your man. that doesn't say it with the fitness part. The low energy, high energy thing plays too, because if, let's just be real, fat people tend to have low energy. And sometimes it is because of depression or sadness or stress. And that means it's self, it's a self infliction. It means that they have something they're battling, which is not healthy once again. So it's not attractive. If you're battling something internally where you're depressed and you're eating because you're sad or you're stressed or no one's been looking at you or you're not dating, you just feel lonely, and so you're gaining that weight, guess what? There's a saying that I've learned and I love it and I keep it together to this very day. It's you got to learn to dance by yourself before you can dance with someone else. If you can't learn to do it on your own, can't nobody help you with it. You got to be able to help yourself, and you got to understand that. You can listen to motivational speakers. You can surround yourself with positive friends who can be like, yeah, I can go work out with you. Let's go to the gym together. All right, why are you eating that junk food? That's not healthy, man. Like, you want something sweet, replace them Skittles? They got this dried fruit called mango. Bro, they dried it. It's sweet as a mug. It's like candy, and it's still healthy. You can eat that mug if you feel craving something sweet. It's really nice. Like, you can surround yourself with positive people. And if they're not even around, I promise you, find it within you spiritually and get on that level, because no one here on earth is alone. God is with us all, but a lot of people don't realize that. You got a creator. He's connected to you. So start connecting with him, and he will start sharing light on. You're not born that way, but you want to release that. You got to come to me. Come to me in my house. I'm going to share with you some preachings that's going to open up your mind, open up your heart, and understand like how we can lose that. But you got to come to me first. Like, God ain't coming to people no more. Jesus not coming to me. He said you need to go to him. And I don't blame him. Because why am I going to force myself on someone? No, come to me, but I'm willing to help you, and I love you. But you need to come to me. You got to choose me. I can't choose you. Because I've already chosen you. You are my chosen. But that's all I can do right now. I can tell you I'm interested, but you got to choose me. I can fight for you. I can pursue you, but you got to choose me at the end of the day. I can't keep pushing myself on you. If you don't feel like I'm the one, then I got to step back. And that's, and that little side note, that's more like in relationships. Like, hey, I can do as much as tell you I like you, I'm into you, you're attractive. I can do as much as write you love letters. I can do as much as buy you little simple gifts. I can do as much as take you out sometimes when I want to hang out with you. But at the end of the day, I can't force you. Choose me. Like, be my girlfriend. I can't do that. Like, at the end of the day, you gotta be like, nah, I like him. I want him to be my man, possibly one day future husband. That's the only thing man can do. So, we wrapped it all up. I don't know if I'm missing anything. We said purity, we said youth, we said beauty. I mean, yeah, like that's just the mindset of a valuable woman. Like it was so simple and easy back in the day when fathers could arrange marriages. So that way, women, since y'all can't decide, it would be locked in. Like you would have a man that would take care of you, and even though you may have not been attracted to him in the beginning, you would have grown to see him grow to the attraction that you desired, that you never even knew you would have desired, never even dreamt about. He would have been that person because he needed you by his side like his helper, like Eve to Adam. You are men's helpers. Help us get there. Don't wait till we get there. And then he said, oh yeah, I'm gonna settle with them. I'm gonna work on me right now. I'm gonna do my own thing. And then when he make it, then he'd be like, oh yeah, I'm ready to be with him. Because guess what? Your time, your clock. That's why he has to go younger. It's not to knock you. Like I said, he can be your friend. We can be your friend. Shit, we can still care for you and love you like a sister. It's good. We'll hook you up with the next guy that can want that. But it's not gonna be for them guys who done went through it, the grinder. We've gone through this grinder of getting rejected, getting turned away, not getting looked at. But as soon as that money hit, as soon as that career hit, as soon as that success hit, when all the women want that guy, then you want them to. And that's a sick, sick thing. Like, I don't know why women see it like you like a man who's already taken or already has it, instead of building with the man that can get to that point. You know what I'm saying? And the next video I have to do is how do you see that type of man? Like how do you choose that man? Because I can spit this fire about what men see in a woman. So now the next video I gotta tell y'all. You want to know how to figure out a good man? Because there are so many signs. There's so many signs to a point where this is exactly how fathers say, I like this kid for you. Now he a good boy. He's gonna be a good man one day. This is why fathers know this, because we've been there. We either done it, or we became it, or we know somebody that was, or done did it. Look, if fellas we don't talk with each other at the bar or in the locker room at the club or just chilling on the street at the block, if we're not really bumping heads like that, we're seeing it. We're seeing how old dude is treating his girl, and we see how he acting, what game he spit. Cause that's my boy. I seen the game he spit, and I'm like, dang, this dude really finna. Yeah, he pulling her too, and she falling for it. Dang, another one bites the dust. Got him. After that, and you see the guy who's actually trying. He's sweet, and he's working hard, and he's doing it. And you're like, damn, my dude, you always nice, bro. You always be writing these girls love letters and shit, buying them gifts, bro. But you don't even be out here fucking around, bro. Like, bro, you need to get your dick game up, bro, and start making fun of it. But in reality, it's like, nah, this dude's doing the right thing, but he's the one getting rejected. So as a guy, we seen this. So stand by for my next video so I can give y'all a little 2 cents on how do you find this guy at the younger stage that's going to become the guy at that 6-figure making money, has his own car and crib stage. How do I find him, and how do I stay away from the guy that comes off like the guy that's going to be that, but he doesn't. He goes out complete opposite way. He just doesn't want to do nothing with his life. He works his little 9 to 5 job, go to the bar every weekend, and he don't want to go nowhere in life. We're going to talk about that next video, but I got to start wrapping this one up. It's been long. Catch my other videos, because for sure I may have to bring something I forgot and just mention in videos like these. So I may throw them into another one when you start hearing me say, if I didn't mention or I have mentioned it before, then realize that there's just a lot that goes into this process of not only finding your partner, being with your partner, but staying with your partner. But yeah, so stay tuned for the other future videos. And other than that, y'all take it easy. Stay blessed out here, y'all.